Pastor Robert Kayanja was supposed to give a word, and is represented by Jessica Kayanja here. Thank you.
His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and Mama Janet, I'm blessed and honored to be able to stand here today to represent a group of people. In the year 1986, when you had just power, the Balokole churches were only 7,000 people in numerical representation. We were a religious minority. We were a marginalized people. We were a people with no name, but a people who had chosen to worship their God in a different way. When you came into power, you stood your ground and you granted the Ugandans a fundamental human right, which is freedom of worship. I am here to let you know that the church and the body of Christ greatly celebrates you for the freedom of worship. In the Bible, in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 2, there is a king. Because of the freedom of worship, I have been allowed to bless you even after the... Your Excellency, this is unprecedented. We, as the Balokole, are not the only minority that are your legacy. As you can see, on the very line on which I sit, we have Owobu Shobozi and Your Excellency. All these people would not have been able to worship God in their own way and in their own style if you had not stood your ground. Today, I am here to say thank you. When the world called us, when the world said they didn't believe in us, when the world said you should ban us, you stood for the Chiwempe churches, you stood for the Balokole churches, and today those that were a minority have now gone to above 11%. We are no longer worshiping God in papyrus reed shelters. We are worshiping God in glass cathedrals. We are responsible citizens taking part in the growth of the economy. We are taxpayers owning television stations, radio stations. Your Excellency, all this would not have happened if you had not stood your ground. I urge fellow Balokole to tell their children and their grandchildren a history that is not partial. When you are talking about our faith and the move of the Spirit of God, remind our children and our grandchildren that there was a Pharaoh who knew Joseph. there was a King Silas who stood with the people who knew their God. And Your Excellency, God has worked through you. Because of the freedom of worship, I would, like everybody else before me, but today, I bless you, Your Excellency. I bless you, even as God blessed Silas in the book of Isaiah 45. May you be blessed. Go before you and open. May He break asunder that stands in your way. I pray freedom of worship will continue. Thank you so much.